Welcome back to Simulation. If you have not seen the first 3 chapters yet, please watch those first. Links to all 3 videos will be in the description. Now let's go ahead and jump right into chapter 4. After a cycle or 2 passed, Harry, Wade, and Octavia met once again. They were sharing the answers they've just collected from the others. Wade said he met 2 girls, Cassie and Rosa. They both claimed to have been having an average night before going to their rooms to rest. Octavia met Amaya and Phil and was told that they don't really recall remembering the last thing they did, but they do remember what their normal lives generally used to be. Finally, Harry told them about Pearl and another person, Joanna. They had similar stories. It seemed like most people were just taken away in their sleep. Harry seemed to be the only one who was awake when it happened. So it's true, Octavia said. We weren't killed. We were brought here by someone. Right, Wade said. Now we just have to see if we can overload the generators. Harry couldn't help but smile. He has grown quite fond of them both. The last time he felt this way was in school before he had an incident. Since then, everyone Harry knew, aside from his family, shut him down. For the first time in years, Harry believed he had just made some real friends. Thanks, guys, Harry said, for everything. I'm glad you could help me. Happy to help, Wade replied, smiling. Octavia nodded in agreement. Then the starting chime rang again. It was time to get to work with the generators. They knew what to do. As the game began, Harry found himself in a familiar area with someone he never met before. Her light brown hair was tied into a braid. She had a streak of blonde hair at the front of her head. At first, they didn't really say anything, but as Harry began to work on the back side of the generator, the girl noticed. What are you doing? She wondered. You don't need to repair it from back there. I'm powering it up more, Harry replied. Powerful enough to get us out of here, for real. What? You're crazy to think that would work, she stated. Maybe, Harry continued, but I know there's a way. There is never a perfect game. Something will always be wrong with it. What exactly are you trying to accomplish by powering the generator up more? The girl asked him. Harry looked up and made eye contact with her smooth gray eyes gazing at him out of curiosity. Too much power to these generators could overload the system, Harry stated. If we overload enough generators, this game that we're stuck in should crash and, theoretically, we should awaken the real world once again. How do you know it won't just kill us all? She wondered. I don't, Harry replied, but I am willing to take that risk to save them, to save you. The girl raised an eyebrow as Harry continued to speak. This is our chance of getting out of here, and I am taking any chance we get. She tilted her head. What is your name? She asked. Harry, Harry said with no hesitation. You, Harry, are crazy, but I'll give you a hand, she said to him. My name's Cassie, by the way. He finished powering up the generator. Sparks could be seen flying out from the vents. Was it working? Their time was cut short when the killer ended up finding them. Cassie told Harry to find and overload the other generators while she kept the killer busy. They split up, the killer following Cassie, and Harry moved swiftly to find other generators. Instead of finding a generator, though, he found Wade instead. I was able to overload one, he said to him. Did you find any? Yeah, Harry answered. Just one, though. Have you seen Octavia? Not yet, but I'm pretty sure she's working on it. Let's find another generator. They quickly moved through new areas and other rooms while also watching out for the killer. If they were caught, they'd have to start all over again. They were already close. They couldn't lose now. Passing by other areas, people, and the killer, with a few close calls, they ended up running right into Octavia. Hey guys, she exclaimed. The last generator is over here. Follow me. The trio moved quickly. The killer was behind them, attacking another person, so they had some time to get started. At this point, everything started to feel slower, less clean. It seemed to be working. This is it, Wade exclaimed. The last one. Let's push her to the limits. Wade wasted no time and began to overload the generator while Harry began to power it on, and Octavia watched their backs. This would be it. This had to be their way out. It was going to work, and it will. Guys, we have company, Octavia warned, and the killer was heading right towards them. It had its eyes locked on Harry. Generator's on, Harry yelled. Wait, finish it. I'm working on it, Wade called. I'm almost done. The killer charged at Harry as Octavia took the first hit. She yelled to finish that generator fast as her body dropped and vanished. The killer swung his machete in Harry's direction. Harry caught it by the hilt in an attempt to push it away, but the killer was strong. It continued to push forward, the machete inching closer to Harry's face. "Wade!" Harry screamed. "I'm trying, just hold on," Wade shouted. "And got it." Suddenly, their surrounding environment began to die out. Everything began to bug out, and the killer had glitched out and vanished. Harry watched as the environment turned from a dark and creepy scene to a field of nothing, and then everything went black. It was 3 in the morning. Hillary was having trouble sleeping. She was thinking about tomorrow morning, and how she and Hope will begin to uncover the mastermind behind not just Harry's disappearance, but everyone's. It was going to be a busy day when the sun rises. Hillary felt nervous inside, but she also felt excited. She felt excited because, after a whole year, she will finally bring justice to whom she has been looking for all this time, not as an act of revenge, but as an act of redeeming herself from the pain she had caused on those around her. Hillary decided to head downstairs for a drink, but also kept quiet as not to awake anyone else in the house. When arriving at the staircase, she heard some whispering down below. "Careful, careful," she heard a voice say. "Don't drop him. He needs to be in strong condition." "Slake said to bring him alive," said another voice. "He's breathing, isn't he?" Hillary carefully followed downstairs and saw 2 hooded people heading towards the front door. They were carrying Neil. With quick thinking and precise stealth, Hillary moved to a kitchen to grab a large frying pan. As the hooded people reached the front door, Hillary revealed herself and smashed the first one over their head. They fell to the floor in an instant. The other guard drew their gun, but Hillary thought quick, throwing the pan and disarming the other person. Then it was a fight with nothing but their hands as they exchanged blows, Hillary beginning to bleed, as well as the person in the hood. Surely this would cause the rest of the household to wake up, but Hillary did not think about that in a moment. All she thought about was saving Neil. Unfortunately, the hooded person seemed to outmatch Hillary, and she was defeated, not yet killed. The hooded figure approached, drawing a long dagger from their belt. "Funny," they said. "You should be dead." "I think we should fix that, don't you?" Hillary Wendt. They raised the knife. Hillary embraced for the dagger's impact, but nothing happened. Instead, she just heard something, and the hooded person began choking, and then collapsed on the floor. She looked up. It was Nathan, Neil's older brother. He had a small pocket knife in his hand. He killed the hooded person, sliced his throat. "Hey, you alright?" he said. "Who the hell are these people?" Hillary sat up against the wall, weak and in pain. "Thank you," she said softly, but the pain she felt sounded like she was choking a little. "We need to get you to an infirmary. I'll call emergency now." "Wait," the voice said. Nathan and Hillary looked over at where the other hooded person was. "Neil has woken up. We aren't finished yet." "What do you mean?" Nathan asked. Neil looked over at the other guard. "This one is still alive," he stated. "I'm certain they had something to do with Harry's disappearance. Hillary is bleeding. We need to get her help now before she bleeds out." "I'll take care of her," said another voice. It was Nathan's fiancée, Tara. "You boys take care of that person. I'll help Hillary." Nathan nodded. He and Neil hoisted the unconscious stranger and carried them out. Tara helped walk Hillary upstairs to her room to begin patching her up. Luckily for Hillary, Tara used to work as a nurse in a children's hospital, so these cuts and bruises wouldn't be too difficult for her to patch. Hope was awake at this point, and she came into Hillary's room to help.
She was horrified by the bruises and cuts Hillary just had.
And it took the whole rest of the night for Hillary to make a recovery. But she was okay. Hope suggested that Hillary should rest, but Hillary wanted to see the face of the guy that broke in. Tara told her she was in no condition to be walking about yet, but Hillary was already on her feet moving. Of course, she struggled just a little, but she maintained her balance. "Hill, you need to rest a little," Hope stated. "You took quite a beating from that guy." "Hope, let me do this," Hillary insisted. "If they know where Harry is, I need to be the person to find him." Hope and Tara exchanged looks. They were worried about Hillary, not just because of her health, but because they worry Hillary may end up killing this guy. But Hope knew Hillary is not looking for revenge anymore. She is only looking for Harry. They decided to let her come with them. They would begin their interrogations with this person soon. Aaron Slake was in his office. The simulation seemed to be running fine. He wondered where his employees, Jane and Ryan, have gone. He decided to give them a call to hear about their progress. Ryan gave no answer, so he called Jane, but instead of hearing Jane's voice, he heard someone else's. "Who is this?" he asked. "Can't tell you," the voice replied. "What I can tell you is that your friends failed. We caught them red-handed. Soon enough, you'll be next." "Is that so?" Aaron questioned. "Even if my employees surrender my location, it won't matter. I have a ton more of them to spare. You won't be able to reach me unless I allow you to. And if I allow you to, that means I will be the last thing you'll ever see in your life. Do whatever you want to them. I don't care. They're nothing but tools anyway." Aaron hung up, furious with Jane and Ryan's defeat. It didn't matter that much, though. Anyone who stepped foot to this building never escaped, and Aaron will make sure of it. He took another look at the security of the simulation. Wait a minute. Where were his subjects? Why were they not visible on any monitor? Aaron switched cams, but still saw his subjects in their proper places. At least they haven't escaped. Aaron reassured himself that everything was fine and that they were probably in the middle of a session hiding in places, but decided to run diagnostics just in case. Then he noticed his simulation crashed. How did it crash? What caused it to shut down? Aaron was infuriated. He knew that if he didn't take action quickly, his test subjects would wake up. He needed to take action quick. He called for all of his guards and sent a message through an intercom connected to every aspect of the building. "The simulation has malfunctioned. I need everyone to come to the security room this instant. I repeat, our simulation has malfunctioned and I need everyone to come to the security room now." That concludes Chapter 4 of Simulation. If you made it this far and you're enjoying the story, drop a like down below. And if you're enjoying the content I create, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind later. Hope to see you again for Chapter 5.